Last time on One Piece, Eva and Inazuma get sent to prison as Dragon sits there and chugs one, which is absolutely hilarious. Honestly, the Dragon is a bomb agenda is actually hilarious. It's really freaking funny. I'm sorry. I don't agree with it, of course, but I like to indulge in it every now and then just to it's just funny, okay? I'm sorry. But the time is soon coming, Dragon fans. The time is coming for Dragon to show what he really is capable of. And then we can push the Dragon is stronger than Shanks agenda. That's right. Well, I'm telling you right now, we're taking down this Shanks agenda. This Shanks top 1 agenda needs to die immediately. It is going away. We are putting it down. That's the new big agenda moving forward, to tank down the Shanks top 1 agenda. I'm done with Yamato. I don't care no more. We'll never see that character again for like at least the next half decade. Kuma is willing to make himself a deal with the devil. And speaking of the devil, Saint Saturn, or should I say Satan Saturn, is sitting there listening. But before Kuma meets Dr. Vegapunk, he actually ends up traversing the world in order to meet different people to find who can cure his daughter. And what do you know, he ends up traveling to every single place that he sent the Straw Hats, except for Brooks. Unless if I just straight up missed it, he didn't travel to Brooks. I guess, Brooks' place wasn't that important. He just randomly shot him somewhere. But here's the thing. You might think that Brooks' place is super unimportant, but I think it might be a little bit important. Here's why. Forget the Long Arm Tribe. The people that were sitting there trying to summon Satan, they had a pentagram, right? And so Brook was sent to that. I personally think that these people were trying to summon one of the 5 elders. They probably saw one of the 5 elders materialize through this pentagram. And so, ever since then, they've been trying to summon him for like the longest of time. And they just called him Satan. Which they basically are Satan. They basically are. Or maybe they just straight up saw Emu one day. Who knows? Maybe Emu materialized out of it. And that's like legitimately Satan. That's the only possible way I can find a little bit of importance in where Brook was sent during the time skip. After that, he just goes on to become a rock star, and basically everything doesn't really matter after that. But then we get on to this chapter, chapter 1100 or 1100, however you want to call it. First of all, I just want to say, this chapter, the drawings in this chapter are really, really good. I mean, like, they for the first time in a long time, Oda's drawings stood out to me. And I was like, oh my God, he's actually drawing the background. Like, I can like see the walls and stuff. That's crazy. When's the last time he did that? I mean, I'm kind of just used to seeing like a blank white background sometimes. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, but I genuinely did enjoy the art that Oda drew in this chapter. It just stood out to me more than any other chapter in recent memory. The old man still got it. But you know what? Not just the art is good in this. The actual story. I mean, like I said, man, Oda in this flashback has been in his actual bag for a good while now. Kuma willingly gives up his sense of individuality. He willingly takes that deal. And it's gonna take about 2 years for that to go through, but he's willing to do that for his daughter. Now, for his daughter, what Bonnie has to do, she has to essentially, she gets like 6 months, so like half a year, and then she has to spend a whole year not taking in any type of natural light. So throughout the half year, they hung out. You have Vegapunk, Sentomaru, Bonnie, Kuma, and Kizaru just enjoying each other's company, having a good time, dancing to literally the Sun God's song. And they're all just having a good time with each other. They're like one big family. And I gotta say, no other arc has gotten me more interested in Kizaru than this arc, than the Egghead arc. You can totally understand why Kizaru had conflicting thoughts when he was fighting everybody, but he's still following through with it because it's just his job, and I guess his job defines him, I guess, I don't know. But then after Bonnie's procedure is done, they sent her back to the church. And this is probably gonna be Kuma's last time actually seeing her while he's like sentient, I guess. And then Kuma is announced the new warlord, where we get to see all the other warlords. We get to see Doflamingo in like the hardest drawing that I've seen Oda make of Dofi in a long time. We get to see Crocodile with pre-time skip Robin. And then Mihawk, he blew up a ship. And then we get to see Alvida. She's not part of the Warlords, but we get to see Alvida and Kobe. Alvida when she was fat and Kobe when he was a wimp. We see Ace and Jinbei on board Whitebeard's ship, and then Boa as well. Boa wasn't even interested in the news because she don't care about nothing else that has to do with men. Then we get to see Moria and second most bangable girl, Perona. All these characters before Luffy met up with them. And it is just nostalgic. But at the end of the chapter, and this is what threw me off. At the end of the chapter, we see Kuma heading towards Fuchsia Village. And it ends with him getting orders from the world government, and we get to see pre-time skip Luffy playing around with some tigers and messing, just being a goofball as usual. So, okay, for this one, I know there's a lot of expectations with this, and like, what is he doing at East Blue? Because, like, really, what are you really doing at East Blue, Kuma? I know there's a lot of expectations, but here's the thing. I am going to lower my expectations for this because, honestly, we can speculate like crazy about why Kuma is actually in the East Blue right now at Fuchsia Village where Luffy lives. We can speculate like crazy, come up with a bunch of stuff. I'm going to hold this one back this time. I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe something small will happen, maybe nothing really too big will happen. Because I would hate to raise my expectations and just be disappointed later on. Let's not do that this time. Let's see what happens next chapter. I have no expectations for next chapter. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm not theorizing, I'm not speculating, I'm lowering my expectations. So that when it eventually happens, I can be happy, you know what I'm saying? But this is why I like One Piece. This Kuma flashback is exactly what I'm talking about. We have feelings, we have a sense of joy, a sense of dread. I'm not even gonna go through the whole list, but you get it. This is some good writing. This is phenomenal writing. And yes, Kuma is definitely in my top 5. I don't know how high in the top 5 he is for me, but like he's raising. He is raising very high. Honestly, he might be maybe number 3. He might even go even a little bit higher. He might. This character is freaking awesome. Like, seriously. This was one of the best chapters, and it didn't feature a fight. It didn't have to do any of that. It was just good storytelling. Memorable, unforgettable storytelling. Without further ado, let's get onto these Reddit comments and see what they have to say. No one wants to see this BS. Honestly, dude, I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of with you. Like, look, Monkey D. Luffy, Yellow Monkey Kizaru, the Sun God, and the Light Man, or you can call him the Light God, whatever you want. These two have so much in common, and they're friends. They have mutual friends. Bonnie, Vegapunk, you name it. It's like, bro, why are we fighting? Come on, man. Let's be friends. Join me. We can take down the world government or something like that. Not gonna happen like that, but you know, you get my point. Sanji fans, do you support this claim? Well, I'm not a hardcore Sanji fan. I like Sanji to a decent degree, but, you know. I don't know. Do you guys support that claim? Is Cole right? Luffy is basically Roger. Odin is, you know, basically Zoro. Sanji is basically Rayleigh. See, that's going to be controversial in of itself. And Scopper Kaban is basically Jinbei. Do you guys believe that? I don't know. I don't know. Borsalino chilling with his Nakama. This picture was just, it was heartwarming. And honestly, that one moment where Bonnie drew a picture of Kuma and then he used that as his Jolly Roger, that made my heart sink, dude. It really did, man. I was like, oh my God, y'all about to have me up in my feelings over here. What the heck? Best of the worst. How low will your ceiling go? Okay, I know y'all did not just put Mihawk in there. I know you did not see. Now that's when the memes stop. When you put Mihawk in there. How dare you? I don't know why this is funny. Theory. Dragon used his devil fruit to create rain to hide the fact that he was sweating against an East Blue smoker. Okay. That's a funny type of disrespect right there. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't wait till Dragon has his day, man. I really can't, because when Dragon has his day, when he has his day, people gonna be going crazy. Like, I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar with the game. I know it's gonna happen. It's coming. Probably not coming soon, though. It's probably going to come, like, I don't know, maybe like 20 chapters from now, maybe 30. Hey, maybe 50, maybe 100. Who knows? So Kizaru is normally a dope viber, but he takes his 9 to 5 way too seriously. Yeah, pretty much. Unclear justice, baby. You know what? That is the thing, though, because Kizaru seems like a very chill individual. He just does what he has to do. Like he seems like the type of dude. He's like a fun uncle. That's what I look at him as, really. But when he gets to his job, he takes it seriously. Whereas with Aokiji, he's more so focused on actual morals, good morals. And Akainu, his morals are just all messed up, just all messed up. And don't even get me started on Green Bull. We ain't even gonna talk about that Joker. Consider some of the other admirals. Aokiji has already defected, and although could be part of Sword, he has done things to defy the government. He's really on the side of good. Fujitora is already shown to be subtly defiant, and will likely turn by the end. But I can't see Green Bull or Akainu being secretly good. Yeah, especially not Green Bull. Maybe what's being set up is admirals versus admirals. Too good, too bad. Leaves Kizaru in the middle, which seems fitting for him. And his decision will tip the balance. This is a good freaking theory. And it just made me really think about it. It's like, we could get, let's just assume that this theory is correct. We could get Fujitora versus Green Bull. They finally just duke it out and just settle it right there at the end of the series. And we'll also get Akainu versus Aokiji too, in which this one, Aokiji would end up winning. That would be good. That would be so good. Oh my God. Aokiji would be like, I learned from my mistake the first time. This time, I'ma get you. And Kizaru, like, who knows where Kizaru will end up? Who knows? This man here, I have no idea. But I like this freaking theory. I will hold on to this in hopes that it will eventually come true, because there's tension between the admirals. Fujitora versus Green Bull, they already fought, right? And then I just mentioned Akainu versus Aokiji. This needs to happen, bro. I want this to happen so bad. And with that, we'll end it right there. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Come and join the Vagabond's journey. This chapter, beautiful. And there's no break next week either. So we're going to continue it and see next chapter. Hopefully Oda's not overworking himself. Want him to keep strong, keep going well. You know, better is a handful of rest than 2 handfuls of hard work and chasing after the wind. So anyways, guys, with all that being said, Vagabond gone.